rẹ̀ káyé ó gbọ́ kájọ́ sì wọgbà rẹ̀ látòrí ìpolongo lóhùn lásán ìpolówó aláwòrán rédíò àfíjú gan ni gbogbo ohun tó nílò wà ìpolówó ọjà tó yà lára ọ̀tọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìgbélárugẹ okòwò rẹ̀ àti ohun gbogbo tó fẹ́ káyé ó mọ̀ kàn sí rédíò àfíjú fún ìgbéjáde orin music production àwọn àkàálẹ̀ documentaries ìpolówó àti ìkéde eléyìíkéyìí tó fẹ́ ṣe àwọn akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ wa ti wà níkàlẹ̀ láti fi ohùn wọn gbé ọ sáyé gbogbo ohun tó nílò pátá ló wà ní rédíò àfíjú báwo lo ṣe fẹ́ sí gan lónírúurú èdè òyìnbó haúsá ìgbò yorùbá àti àdàpè òyìnbó gbogbo rẹ̀ pátá ló wà lọ́dọ̀ wa ní rédíò àfíjú fún ìwọ tó fẹ́ ṣe àkàálẹ̀ aláwòrán àwòrán ara rẹ tàbí tayẹyẹ dígí la wà fún ọ ó yá ìwọ tó ti ṣetán láti fi òwò rẹ sí ọkàn gbogbo àwọn oníbàárà rẹ mọ́ dààmú jìnnà mọ́ kàn sí rédíò àfíjú lónìí wọ́n wà ní dàdà estate òṣogbo ọ̀ṣun state ẹ sì lè kàn sí wa bákan náà lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára wa facebook rédíò àfíjú x rédíò àfíjú youtube rédíò àfíjú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o rédíò àfíjú gan-an ní ìlànà ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ tí kò lábàwọ́n.
Wherever you're listening or watching Radio Afiju, the time is 3 p.m.
First, a look at the highlights. Reps reject CFR award conferred on Speaker Abbas. Marburg virus kills 9 in Rwanda. U.S. Democratic Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz says he misspoke in personal story about Tiananmen Square. Good afternoon, and here is the world news on Radio Afiju. My name is Pearl Durotoye. The news in detail. The House of Representatives has turned down the national honor conferred on Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, stating that President Bola Tinubu discriminated against the House by giving Senate President Godswill Akpabio a higher honor. Recall that on Tuesday, Tinubu announced the award of Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, GCON, on Akpabio and Chief Justice of Nigeria, Kudirat Kekereekun, while Abbas and Deputy Senate President Jibrin Barau got the Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, CFR. Following a motion of urgent public importance moved by Philip Agbese today, the House resolved the reps are not inferior to senators and therefore both leaders should be treated equally. The motion, signed by 360 members of the House, called for the abolition of the upper chamber and lower chamber nomenclature, stating that both chambers are equal. The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, has advised Nigerians living in Lebanon to consider leaving the country as hostilities escalate between Israel and Iran, with Iran launching 180 ballistic missiles at Israel. NIDCOM spokesperson Abdurrahman Balogun issued the warning following increased attacks by Israeli forces on Hezbollah positions and other areas in Lebanon. The Commission noted that commercial flights are still operating, enabling safe exits for those wishing to leave. Many Nigerians have already moved from dangerous southern regions to safer areas, but NIDCOM emphasized the need for continued vigilance until a ceasefire is declared. The Commission confirmed that no Nigerian citizens have been harmed in the conflict so far. Additionally, NIDCOM urged Nigerians to stay in contact with the Nigerian Embassy in Lebanon for safety updates and assistance. In a message on X.com, President's Special Assistant on Social Media, Dada Olusegun, called on all Nigerians in Lebanon to reach out to the Nigerian mission for profiling and potential evacuation. Governor Ademola Adeleke has announced plans to sue Kola Olabisi, media director of the All Progressives Congress (APC) in Osun State, for alleged defamation. In a statement from his spokesperson, Olawale Rashid, Adeleke revealed he has instructed his lawyers to file a 5 billion naira lawsuit over a defamatory statement made by the APC. The controversy arose after Olabisi accused Adeleke of complicity in a viral video where a purported PDP chieftain threatened violence against the State Electoral Commission and its officials. Olabisi called for the investigation and prosecution of PDP leaders, including Adeleke, for allegedly facilitating the video's release. Adeleke condemned the allegations as irresponsible and demanded the retraction from Olabisi, warning of potential legal consequences. Olabisi's statement also urged the Inspector General of Police to investigate alleged threats by unidentified Osun PDP members against the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). The administration of the College of Nursing Science in Itigidi, Cross River State, has dismissed allegations of financial extortion against the institution. In a statement today, Provost Ruth Ekong expressed concerns over inflated claims made by students and communicated to their parents. Ekong clarified that nursing education is regulated by the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, with fees for indexing and final exams paid directly to the NMCN, countering misinformation circulating on social media. She noted that tuition fees at the college are among the lowest in the region, with other states charging up to 3 times more. The provost labeled the allegations as unfounded and misleading, asserting they were intended to harm the college's reputation. Ekong warned that any inaccuracies in the investigation could result in legal action for libel and slander. At least 60 bodies have been recovered after a boat carrying about 300 people capsized in Niger State. The incident occurred on the Gbajibo River in Mokwa local government area while the boat was en route to the annual Maulud celebration. According to Abubakar Dakani, press secretary to the council chairman, approximately 60 bodies have been confirmed and 10 survivors have been found. Ongoing rescue efforts, involving the State Emergency Management Agency and local volunteers, aim to locate other missing individuals. Abdullahi Baba Ara, Director General of the Niger State Emergency Management Agency, and SEMA, reported that around 150 people were rescued due to the swift response of the agency and community members. The cause of the capsizing has yet to be determined. Operatives of the Benin Zonal Directorate of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission arrested 24 suspected internet fraudsters in Benin City, Edo State. In a statement and photos shared on X today, the EFCC disclosed that the suspects were arrested on Monday at different locations within Benin City. According to the EFCC, the suspects have made useful statements and will be charged to court as soon as investigations are completed. In related news, the Sokoto Zonal Directorate of the EFCC apprehended 13 suspected internet fraudsters in Sokoto State based on actionable intelligence on their suspected involvement in internet-related offenses. Away from Nigeria, the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has announced in a press statement that the Republic of Rwanda has confirmed 27 cases of Marburg virus disease and 9 deaths as of September 30, 2024. The Ministry of Health of the Republic of Rwanda declared a Marburg virus disease outbreak on September 27, 2024. The center said most of the cases are healthcare workers and over 297 contacts have been registered and are under follow-up. MVD is a severe and often fatal zootonic hemorrhagic illness caused by the Marburg virus. The virus is usually transmitted to humans from fruit bats. Human-to-human transmission occurs through direct contact with an infected person's body fluids or with equipment and materials contaminated with infectious blood or tissues. On September 29th, the Africa CDC dispatched a team of experts to aid in response efforts in Rwanda. The alleged shooting and feeding of 2 black women to pigs by a white farmer and his workers has ignited outrage in South Africa. Maria Magato, 45, and Lucia Ndilovu, 34, were reportedly looking for food on a Polokwane farm when they were shot in August. A court will decide on bail for farm owner Zachariah Johannes Olivia, 60, and workers Adrian DeWet, 19, and William Musora, 50. The men have yet to enter a plea, and protests outside the courts have demanded they be denied bail. Walter Mathole, Magato's brother, stated that the incident has exacerbated racial tensions in rural South Africa, highlighting ongoing divisions decades after apartheid ended. The suspects also face attempted murder charges for shooting Ndilovu's husband, Mabuto Nkube, who survived and sought help. Police later found the women's bodies in a pigsty. The Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, have called for the farmers' closure, while the South African Human Rights Commission condemned the killings and urged anti-racism dialogues. In Asia, South Korean police have detained a North Korean defector who attempted to cross back into North Korea using a stolen bus. The man in his 30s was apprehended after crashing the bus into a barricade at the Unification Bridge on Tuesday. While more than 34,000 North Koreans have successfully defected to the South, attempts to return to the North are rare. The defector reportedly sought to go home due to challenges he faced in South Korea after leaving North Korea about a decade ago. He stole the bus from a garage in Paju around 1 o'clock a.m. and was caught 30 minutes later, with surveillance footage showing him trying to access several vehicles before successfully entering the bus. Authorities indicated that he was not under the influence of alcohol or drugs at the time of his arrest. South Korean law prohibits unauthorized crossings into North Korea, automatically granting citizenship to defectors. Offenders could face prison sentences of up to 10 years if convicted. Thai police have arrested the driver of a bus that caught fire, killing 23 students and teachers near Bangkok. Families arrived today to identify their loved ones from the school trip originating in Houthai Thani province. The bus, carrying 6 teachers and 39 students, ignited on a highway during the journey to Ayutthaya and Nonthaburi. The fire spread rapidly, hindering escape. Forensic recovery efforts were delayed due to the intense heat from the natural gas-fueled bus. Saman Champut, the driver, surrendered hours after the incident and faces charges of reckless driving and failing to assist victims. He reported losing control after the front right tire malfunctioned, causing a collision that sparked the fire. According to the Deputy Regional Police Chief, Chayanot Mesati, Champut attempted to extinguish the flames with a fire extinguisher from another bus, but panicked and fled when he couldn't stop the fire. In the United Kingdom, a manhunt is ongoing following a suspected acid attack outside Westminster Academy in West London, leaving a 14-year-old schoolgirl with potentially life-changing injuries. Another teenager and a staff member were also injured in the incident. The Metropolitan Police are searching for a tall, slim male suspect who was wearing dark clothing, a mask, and riding an e-scooter during the attack, which occurred after school hours on Monday afternoon. The injured girl remains hospitalized, while a 16-year-old boy is also hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. A 27-year-old staff member has also been discharged. The boy injured is not a pupil at the school. In response to the attack, Westminster Academy closed on Tuesday, holding online lessons and allowing staff to work from home. The school reopened today, with staff advised to expect a police presence. According to the UK's Post Office Minister, compensation payments for sub-postmasters affected by the Horizon IT scandal will not be completed by March 2025. Former sub-postmaster Alan Bates has called for a deadline to ensure all victims of the initial legal action are compensated. Gareth Thomas acknowledged the need for faster progress, but deemed the March 2025 deadline difficult. Over 900 sub-postmasters were wrongly prosecuted between 1999 and 2015 due to the faulty Horizon IT system, leading to imprisonment and financial ruin for many. Allen, leading the Justice for Sub-Postmasters Alliance, criticized the lengthy process and noted that compensation for the 555 victims of the 2019 group legal action was largely consumed by legal costs. The government established the compensation fund under the Group Litigation Order (GLO), but progress has been slow. He alleged that the Department for Business is minimizing payouts while benefiting legal firms, raising concerns about the scheme dragging on. Since 2014, £265 million has been spent on legal fees related to the scandal. Alan emphasized the need for a March deadline 3 years ago after the GLO compensation scheme was announced. In the Americas, U.S. Democratic Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz admitted to misspeaking in a live debate when he claimed he was in Hong Kong during the 1989 Tiananmen Square massacre. This isn't Walz's first fact-checking issue in the campaign. His opponent, Republican nominee J.D. Vance, has also faced controversy over unfounded claims. During the CBS debate, Walz was questioned about his statement regarding being in Hong Kong while Chinese forces suppressed pro-democracy protests. He previously claimed to be in Hong Kong a month before the massacre, but reports shows he was in Nebraska until August 1989. Walz also revised his number of trips to China, stating it is likely closer to 15 rather than the about 30 times he claimed in 2016. In the Middle East, 7 people have been killed in a shooting and knife attack in Tel Aviv, with several others injured, some seriously. The attack occurred in the Jaffa area, beginning in a rail carriage and continuing on the platform. Footage on social media showed motionless bodies on the street. Police confirmed that the gunman and another attacker armed with a knife were neutralized by bystanders, labeling the motive as terror. The identities of the attackers have not been released, and while some media outlets reported 8 fatalities, it's unclear if this included the attackers. The shooting coincided with an Iranian missile attack on Israel, prompting police to take cover as air raid sirens sounded. Witnesses initially mistook the gunfire for fireworks before realizing the severity of the situation. The Islamic Republic of Iran has shut down its airspace in expectation of retaliation from Israel following Tuesday's missile attacks. Iran State News Agency ISNA quoted the spokesman of the country's aviation authority as saying all flights have been cancelled until 5 a.m. on Thursday to maintain aviation security. Iran initially closed the airspace over Tehran, cancelling all flights up until Wednesday morning after it launched a barrage of missiles at Israel on Tuesday evening. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps said the attack was in retaliation for the killings of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh, Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah, and an Iranian general. 3 Israeli air bases, and the headquarters of the Israeli Foreign Intelligence Service Mossad were the targets of the attack, according to Iran. Now talking sports. Manchester City midfielder Matheus Nunes has reportedly been arrested on suspicion of stealing a mobile phone at a nightclub in Madrid. The 26-year-old Portuguese international was allegedly detained in the early hours of September 8 at La Riviera, a popular disco, and taken to a local police station for questioning. His arrest occurred around 5:30 a.m. after Nunes was accused of taking a phone from a 58-year-old man who had attempted to photograph him in the nightclub's restroom without his consent. Born in Brazil, Nunes is said to have taken the phone in a moment of anger and refused to return it. El Mundo stated that the police reportedly arrested him after being called to the scene and found the phone in his possession. Before we go, here again are the highlights. The House of Representatives has turned down the national honor conferred on Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, stating that President Bola Tinubu discriminated against the House by giving Senate President Godswill Akpabio a higher honor. Elsewhere, the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said the Republic of Rwanda has confirmed 27 cases of Marburg virus disease.